I've had clients find $50,000 in 30 days. I had a client find $140,000 over the course of, it was like 6 weeks, I think. So this can be a major league strategy. I'm going to give you 3 very quick profit and cash strategies that you should be able to implement in just a few minutes of work that could quite possibly add hundreds, thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars of profit to your company in the next few days, maybe up to the next month. The first strategy is to print off your most recent credit card statement, scan through it, see what you can eliminate. Typically when entrepreneurs do this exercise, they'll tell me that they're finding at least a few $100s per month that they can cut. If you can cut even just $200 a month, then over the coming year, that's an extra $2,400 worth of profit. How much risk is involved with cutting those expenses? Usually none. You have maximum control. You're not counting on anybody else, and it's pretty much guaranteed. It's way easier to boost profit with this quick little strategy than it would be, for example, than trying to launch a new product. The second strategy is to collect on accounts receivable. Which clients have you already sold? You've already provided the product or the service, and now they just owe you money. Most entrepreneurs, when they do this exercise, are actually quite surprised how often there's money owed to them and they didn't even know it. Now, obviously there are some situations where clients aren't paying us because they've fallen upon hard financial times or there's a dispute or something like that. Obviously, we want to keep that in mind, and if we can get that to resolution, then we can get paid. There are also, and this is quite common, many situations where you may be owed money and you don't even realize it. If you have any kind of automatic credit card billing that happens to your clients, it could be that some of their credit cards have actually failed because the credit card expired. And if you didn't check or catch it, it could be that you may have had clients who for months, their credit cards have just been declining over and over again and you had no idea. It's also very common for entrepreneurs to be kind of disorganized when it comes to not just collecting on accounts receivable, but actually paying bills. So if you happen to have any clients who are a little bit disorganized in paying their bills, it could be that they're happy with you and they're willing to pay you. They've just kind of forgotten. And so all they need is a gentle nudge with a text message, maybe from you, the CEO, the entrepreneur, and that would make all the difference. I've had clients do this exercise before. One student of mine actually, in an hour and a half, it was basically over the lunch break of a workshop I was teaching, found $26,000 in just an hour and a half. I've had clients find $50,000 in 30 days. I had a client find $140,000 over the course of, it was like 6 weeks, I think. So this can be a major league strategy. The third strategy for you to get quick cash into your business is actually to call your credit card processor. See if you can get one of a few things. Number one, credit card processors know that they have to compete on the discount rate or basically the transaction charges that they charge you. There's not that much difference between one credit card processor and another, so it's quite commoditized. And so that means that you can compete and negotiate on price quite a lot. See if you can get even 1/4% shaved off your transaction fees. Obviously, that means you're going to ask for like a full percent off, and then you'll negotiate your way back to getting 1/2 percentage or maybe 1/4 percentage off. Every single 1/4 percent that you can get shaved off is incredibly valuable because that goes straight to your bottom line. And once you've negotiated that one change, which can be like sometimes a 15-minute phone call, every single dollar that you make, whether it's thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars per year that your business is doing, you will see that bump in profit every single transaction with no extra work on your behalf. The other strategy with credit card processors is to see if you can get both the reserve reduced and or the reserve period reduced. This isn't always the case, but many credit card processors, because there's the whole zero cardholder liability feature of most Visa, MasterCard type programs, what that means is Visa and MasterCard will typically hold some of the money that's owed to you for a reserve period. You might process a credit card for $500, but they don't actually give you all $500. They'll keep a small percentage back for a certain period of time in case the customer ends up asking for a refund. There's how much it is and then how long it's held for. So how long it's held for is how long are they going to hold this money before they release it to you. Sometimes credit cards will settle same day, sometimes they can be up to a week. depending on your history and also the industry that you're in and the reputation that you have with that particular credit card company. So if it's going to be like a 3-day hold on your money, see if you can get reconciled faster than that, ideally same day if at all possible. In terms of the reserve amount, that reserve amount, we're looking for that to be the smallest amount possible. The first time I ever called my credit card company to negotiate this, it turned out that they were holding something like $30,000 of mine. I was a brand new entrepreneur when I originally opened that account years earlier. So they were looking at me as a higher risk. But I had built a great reputation and a great track record with them, so they didn't really see a need to hold me in that highest risk profile. So all I had to do was ask and said, hey, I'd like to get the reserve money returned. I asked for all of it. They said, well, we can't quite give it all to you, but we'll give you half of it back. And so of the 30 grand that was being held, they gave me 15 grand back. It was literally later that day or the next day, I suddenly, poof, had another $15,000 in my bank account, which was absolutely amazing. So there's 3 quick strategies that you can throw into motion. Sometimes with just a few simple, super easy, quick phone calls, you could have thousands of extra dollars in your bank by this time tomorrow. And over the coming year, if you put all 3 of these strategies into play, you could have tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars more money in your bank. Hope that helps.